A few years ago, Wolverine had died, officially, and Marvel stated that he would not be returning. But we all know the truth, don't we? This is comic books, and no one ever stays dead. So today we're going to be bringing you the first two issues of The Return of Wolverine. And the second part will be coming out next week, so if you enjoy it, please consider subscribing and giving this video a like. But before we can begin, I must tell you, today's video is sponsored by ExpressVPN. Do you often use public Wi-Fi when out getting a cup of coffee or going on a trip? Well, doing so without a VPN is putting your personal information in danger. If a hacker steals your information, they could open up bank accounts in your name, access your emails, or even your social media, all because you didn't have ExpressVPN protection. ExpressVPN is the fastest VPN service out there and has server locations in 94 countries. ExpressVPN is easy to use with just one click and has apps for every device. TechRadar rated ExpressVPN as the #1 VPN service. ExpressVPN costs less than $7 a month, and it comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee. I use it during my trips to make sure that all of my information is as safe as it can be. Take back your internet privacy today and find out how you can get 3 months free by clicking the link in the description box. expressvpn.com/complete story. Take back your privacy today with ExpressVPN. And on that note, it's time to begin The Return of Wolverine. As Logan screams in pain, he lays his burning claws in a pool of blood to cool them off. He raises his hands, his claws still hissing, and he stares at the dripping blood and the pile of bodies that surround him. The claws slowly retract and Logan gets up feeling a sharp pain in his side. He looks and notices the wound is now healing, so he pushes himself up and he begins to walk out. Before he could get far, a weak voice calls out asking him for water. He makes his way to this voice and he sees a bloodied man who scoots back telling him, No, we killed you. You were dead. Logan groans, handing the man a bottle of water, telling him, Doesn't look like it. Drink this, I'm not gonna hurt you. The man takes it asking, Is it really you? And Logan tells him, I can't really answer that. To be completely honest, everything's a little foggy, but what is all of this? The man wipes his mouth, telling him, I'm Bernard. This is my lab, and Satara brought me here. I was working on a de-extinction cloning technology, and when I finally understood what Persephone wanted me to do, I couldn't do it. All of this happened because I said no. Bernard grabs Logan's hand, telling him, If it really is you, you have to stop them. Go after Satara. Take them down. And Logan tells him, All right, but first we have to find a doctor. Bernard shouts, No! You need to remember who you were. You were a great man until Satara stole that from you. Persephone wants to do that to everyone on the earth. She wants to take their greatness. You need to stop her for what she did. If not for the world, then what she did to you. Logan tells him, Look, I might be fuzzy on the details, but I'm just one man. How am I supposed to save the whole damn planet? Bernard tells him, You've done it before. And Logan stops him asking, What did you just say? Bernard pulls Logan's hand to his forehead, telling him, There's no time to explain. You need to stop Persephone. But before that, kill me. You have to do this. If not, it'll never end. She will just... But before he could go on, Logan hears something, and a small grenade bounces its way across the lab. A second later, an explosion goes off, throwing Logan against the wall, killing Bernard. He begins to get back up, and when he looks back, a saber-toothed tiger breaks free from its cage, lunging at Logan. He begins to struggle, but for a split second, he sees a woman, telling him that she loves him. That's when a mammoth charges through, killing the saber-tooth, freeing Logan. He gets back up, and as he places his hand on the ground, he sees his reflection in the puddle of blood, and he sees himself talking back. His reflection tells him, You need to get moving. Those Sotera guys just tried to kill you again, and now they're going to murder everyone on the planet, including the people that you care about. Go stop them. Be the hero that you once were. Logan asks, What does that even mean? And the reflection tells him, Bub, it ain't that complicated. If you need some motivation, just think about this one word, revenge. Logan begins to walk, seeing himself in past lives, all of them telling him that he needs to take back all of those lifetimes that were taken from him. He sees the mammoth that ran by shot at a group of Sotera soldiers escaping. He pulls off his tattered mask, stating, Whatever motivates me, huh? So he picks up a gun and he hops on a nearby bike to give chase to those soldiers. A short distance ahead, Logan follows the Satara soldiers to an encampment. All of the people gather around them asking what do they want, and one of the soldiers points to a young boy. The boy's mother begs the man not to, but once they take the boy, they burn down the encampment. Logan watches as one of the scientists try to escape, quietly stating, "Don't you?" But the soldier in the watchtower lines up his shot, firing, killing that man instantly. Logan revs up his bike, speeding to the encampment, and the shooter takes aim once again. The shot narrowly misses, and Logan takes his gun, firing back. The bullets spray into the shooter, and as he falls, a mechanical arm reaches out from his sleeve, grabbing the gun. The man gets back up, and he opens fire again, with the shot blowing out the front tire of Logan's bike, throwing him off, causing him to hit his head on a rock. He groans as everything fades to black, but when he wakes back up, he finds himself in a prison. A man that looks like him sits in a cell, looking at his claws, telling him, "Bub, bub, bub." As Logan gets closer, a woman says that she wouldn't do that. That guy in there is crazy. The man in the cell jumps up, thrusting his claws at Logan, and the woman says, "It's okay, he can't get out, unless you want him to get out." She holds out a key, and Logan looks at the cell, seeing all of these different people. Some that look like him, others that are different. He notices a wall with 3 dots on it where a cell should be, asking, "What is that?" The woman says that it is not a door, it's a wall, and it's there for a reason. Logan asks, "Who are you?" And the woman says that her name is Persephone. They are very good friends. Logan asks, "Is that right? A dead man told me that you're going to do something terrible and I have to stop you." She laughs. "Well, you've been misinformed." And she kisses him, telling him, "Baby, I brought you back to life." Logan begins to hear the voices calling out to him to wake up, though. The woman from before kneels down, yelling, "Please, Wolverine, my name is Anna and you have to help me. They took my son. We have to go after him." Logan gets up, stating, "I'll help you in any way that I can. But who the hell is Wolverine?" He starts getting back up and she tells him, "You are." And Logan tells her, "Look, you say that like it's supposed to mean something. Truth is, I woke up and everything just exploded. Then I was fighting a damn saber-tooth. I can fight, and when I get hurt, it seems to heal. Except for this one on my side." Anna takes Logan to a lab and begins stapling his side shut. And Logan asks, "What the hell happened here?" Anna tells him that it was the facility that Satara came to destroy. They injected her son with something and they took him away. Logan says that he's not sure why they would do that. Maybe make him a living incubator? Harvest something out of him? Who knows, but they're going to get him back. Anna then says that he'll go and kill them, right? Because you're the Wolverine. Logan asks, "Do we know each other?" And Anna says, "No, not personally. It's just, you're kind of famous." She hands Logan a change of clothes and asks, "So because I kill people, I'm some kind of a hero?" And Anna tells him no, it's because he saves people. Inside his mind, he unlocks the cell with a version of him that looks like a superhero. And he asks, "You let me out, huh, bub?" Logan tells him, "It seems I am. Word is I'm a superhero or something." The reflection pats Logan on the shoulder, in his mindscape, telling him, "Hell yeah, we are. We're the Wolverine." Logan then asks, "Does the name Persephone mean anything?" And Anna says that she is the one who runs Satara. They were taking her son to her city. She's the one behind all of this. Persephone is the devil. Logan thinks, asking, "Yeah?" And there's a snick as Logan's claws come out and he says that it's time for us to meet the devil. A short while later, en route at sea, Logan tracks the Satara soldiers down by their scent, and Anna asks are they going to be able to catch up. Logan tells her that the men did have a head start, but they'll be able to follow them even if they can't reach the boat. However, the soldiers on the boat notice Logan in the distance, and one of the men motions for the others to move out. 2 men, including Omega Red, jump into the water and they wait for Logan's boat to pass by. Once the boat is overhead, Omega Red's mechanical arms extend, and the second man pops 2 claws. Up top, Logan asks Anna if she knows anything about those kill teams back there. He fired a full clip into one of them and he got right back up. Anna tells him no, only that they're well armed, and that's when there's a thunk as Logan turns back asking, "Did we just hit something?" Before he could finish, Omega Red and the second soldier jump on the back of the boat, with Logan stating, "Oh, that's just fantastic." He gets ready to jump at the men, but before he does, there's a schnick as a harpoon shoots through Omega Red's head. Logan pauses for a moment, stating, "Thanks. You got another one of those by any chance?" She tells him no, so he turns back. "Oh well, This guy didn't bring enough claws anyway. He jumps at the man, and as the soldier rushes forward, he slices into Logan's arm. The man spins back with Logan rushing into him, tearing away at his sleeve as the man cuts into his other shoulder. The two swing their arms, locking claws, and Logan pauses for a moment when he sees the man's arm. He looks back at his mind to see a man in a cell with the same markings, and he asks, "Do I know him?" But before the man in the cell could answer, one of Logan's other selves begins to shake the cell door, yelling, "Out, out, out!" The soldier attacks again, but this time Logan deflects the hit, feeling his claws starting to burn. In that moment of hesitation, the soldier pushes through, stabbing into Logan's arm, and he screams out in pain. Logan quickly swipes, kicking the man off of him, and then he comes up with an idea. The soldier strikes again, but this time, Logan blocks the attack, reaching back into the fuel line of the boat, pulling it, spraying the man with gasoline. He holds up one of his burning claws to the fuel line, igniting it, setting the man on fire. The man stops in place, stares, and then Logan lunges forward, thrusting his claws into the man, throwing him overboard. Anna calls back to Logan, and Logan turns back, almost cutting into Anna. Inside of his mind, he looks at the rough-looking version of himself, asking to get out, and he tells him, no. He then begins to retract his claws, and the rough version of himself says, soon, bub, soon. Logan falls back, now that he's out of his mind, sitting down asking if she's ever heard of any stories where his claws are getting hot. Anna says nothing like that. Logan looks at his hand, stating that it felt like he was just the claws and nothing else. Like they were stealing every bit of energy that he had, as if they were in control. She tells him that's ridiculous. Logan says that he's got knives in his hands, magical healing powers, and he can barely remember his life before this morning. All of this is ridiculous. But you want to hear something else? The guy that I just killed, I'm pretty sure that I knew him. What does that mean? Anyway, we better get back. After cutting the fuel line, it cuts our speed in half. They're gonna catch up to us soon enough. Logan goes back to steering the boat, and Anna reaches out, touching his hand, stating that he is so alive. For all he does, the suffering he saves others from, the heroism. Does anyone ever thank him? She grabs his face, kissing him, and as Logan pulls back, he says, I'm not sure, but that's not why I do this. Besides, we don't have time, we're almost there. Meanwhile, in the Xavier Institute for Mutant Education and Outreach in New York, Jean Grey pulls off the Cerebro helmet, panting. Kitty asks what's wrong, and Jean tells her, you're not going to believe this, but I just found Logan alive. Schnick! Now see, it would have been cool if I had some kind of CG effects and a larger budget so that I could pretend to have claws. Either way, Wolverine is back. And now that we've given you Return to Wolverine, we're gonna take a little bit of a cool off from Wolverine stuff until we get closer to the X-Men Dark Phoenix movie. Because at that time, we're gonna bring you X-Men Extinction and the Uncanny X-Men and the Return of Wolverine into the X-Men, basically showing you how Wolverine gets fully integrated back into the well, not MCU, but the Marvel Comics universe. If you want to know more about your favorite comic books, video games, and movies, please, I really implore you to consider subscribing. And if you really want to further support us, we do have a Patreon. We treat Patreon as a separate platform. It's something where we bring you early access to our videos, we do special videos for you guys, behind the scenes kind of stuff, and we bring you multiple podcasts, such as our Conspiracy Cast, where we talk about all kinds of conspiracies and why people would believe that. Comicstorian Weekly, where we review comic books every week, basically the following week we review all the comic books that came out, and things like CTV, where we talk about some of your favorite comic book shows and Netflix shows and stuff like that. And we also do other topics like 3 Beers and a Topic, where we try 3 beers and talk about life experiences. Either way, you can find all of that on our Patreon, and for only $1 we give it all to you, and it is a separate platform. We treat it as its own thing, and we do appreciate everyone that joins us over there, because we still have Comicstorian and we're trying to make this Patreon its own thing. Either way, I've rambled. Thank you for watching to the end of the video, and if you did, schnick, bub! Say that in the comments down below. I want to see how many people say schnick, bub, and how many people misspell schnick.